What is up, everybody? It is your average trader here. Today is Monday, May 23rd. This is a new kind of video that I'm doing on my YouTube, just doing a watch list review. But market's almost closed, but we can just look at what happened today. This is the chart on SPY. I'm looking at the 5 minutes. Chart gapped up. SPY gapped up overnight. And we saw in pre-market that it started testing this level multiple times. Had open, dropped, test, dropped, and we started entering into chop with a little bit of direction up here. Came up, down, and just SPY ending the day at 1.6%. So just a small trend up. The majority of the gain was really from, the gap that we had, but it did fill that gap, so that is a good sign, right, that this could continue. But I don't know about the end of the day. This is not looking so good, like it wants to come down, but we'll see what happens overnight. So for today, I had Apple, Ford, and Facebook on my watch list. I saw flow going into these on Friday. So starting off with Apple, let me pull up that screenshot. So this is what I saw on Apple. I highlighted the 3 records that stuck out to me the most. That was the 140 call expiring this Friday, saw 63K in volume, and then also the puts saw a lot more volume, obviously, than for anything expiring this week. The 135 and the 130 put. So this could have been a good play. Let's double check it. Pulling that up, it also did pretty much the same thing. I had said, above this monthly level here, but clearly, as we saw, it had gapped up overnight over it, bounced off it a couple times, so that could have, made you feel confident. It actually did drop at open and then pushed right up, so you could have gotten into calls, and it's up 3% on the day, so this would have been a great gain. I actually didn't play this. I ended up playing Ford. If you go on my TikTok and my Instagram, you should be able to see that review. But or not Ford, sorry, Facebook. But looking at Ford, I had said calls over 1250 and puts under 1241. Let's take a look at how that performed today, actually. Let's pull that up. Yeah, same story. Gapped up. This was the level I was looking at. We see a nice jump at open. Came right down. It got rejected at this level here. And a nice clean bounce off of that level. So you could have taken calls off of that bounce. And then just ridden this all the way up to 1295, which is a solid gain there. I'm not sure exactly how much that would have been, but you could have made a good amount on this as well. Yeah, that's a good validation of that level. Let's actually fix up this level. This looks like it's a little higher, and this one is at 1295. Okay. So yeah, this was clean. You could have waited for this. You could have played the break of this, taking profit right up here. Right, the EMAs are stacked bullish, 13 over 30 over 48. MACD turned bullish as well. So the break of this level, you could have held through and made some gain, or you could have played a bounce at this level here. And then finally, we have Facebook with calls over 194.16 and puts under 192. Let's see how Facebook performed today. So this one was ultra choppy, as you can see, and then we have it just still running off into the close here. So as soon as it opened up, it dumped, and that's what caught my attention, because Apple was pumping, Ford was pumping, SPY was pumping at the open, and Facebook's dumping, the only one that had weakness on it. So it came back up. And I just kept my eye on it because clearly it was already over my levels here. I was saying over 194.16 for calls, and it opened up above it, so it dropped below it, and you could have played the break on this calls, but I wouldn't have. As you can tell, the EMAs are still stacked bearish. The MACD was bearish, so this was not a good idea to play calls on. But this is where I actually saw the rejection of this level, came back down. I played the break of this level, and took profit. Actually, I got stopped out on this candle here, which was already past this level right there, so that was actually pretty decent. Taking a look at what stuck out to me on Facebook and why I even had it on my watch list. These calls and this put in these calls, there was a lot of volume on them. It wasn't a terrible amount, but it was more than the Thursday's close. There was more volume on I believe it was call or puts. So that's what stuck out to me at first to look into it. I liked this 210 and the $200 calls, right? Because it's still got a ways to go. It was at 194 in after hours yesterday. So this still had some move. It still had some place to run. And that stuck out to me. I was like, why would somebody buy so much so far out? So it's somebody has a bullish view on Facebook, and then of course there are puts as well. And you saw on Friday there was 46,000 in volume on puts, so that's what stuck out to me on that. Played it for a quick 30% from this break here down to here, got me 30% on the contracts, so that was pretty nice. And the same reasoning, level break, EMA's bearish, MACD bearish. So that's really how I play all of my plays, how I get into something, break of one level and take profit at the next as a profit target. I had set my stop at here because I wanted to see how much further it can keep going. It kept going. I moved my stop loss there, and I got stopped out on this candle in profit, which was great because it kept running up, came back down, and it just, as you can tell, it's just been madness. Overall, everything is crazy, clearly because of FOMC coming up on Wednesday. But if you guys like this review of my watch list, let me know. I'll try to make these as much as I can. But until next time, everyone, peace.